I stand for open questioning of authorities. I stand for honesty, fact-based reasoning, and debate. I oppose all censorship, including hate speech laws. I reject name-calling and insults. I am Bill Warner. This talk today is a response from someone who wrote me an email, and they asked the question, why do the left and Islam get along so well? Why are they such strong allies? Well, the reason is this: they have a lot in common. I'd like to make a remark about where we are in history today. We have two enemies of our civilization. The far enemy is political Islam, and the near enemy is the left and the apologists for Islam. Of these two enemies, the left is the far most harmful. Why does the left love Islam so much? Now, when we do this analysis, we have to understand that when we talk about the left, we have to use a certain amount of broad brush, in that I'm not sure that the left has a formal doctrine. But this is not true about Islam. In Islam, the Sharia is a formal doctrine, and so is the Quran and the Sirah and the Hadith. Now, the left sees the world as comprised of oppressors and victims. Now, the Muslims are always the victim. They're never wrong. On 9/11, the World Trade Tower attacks, we find that Muslims said that they were the true victims because people looked at them funny and asked them bad questions. Now then, both the left and Islam are group-oriented. In Islam, we have the Ummah, the grand collection of all Muslims. And in the left, we have the collective, or the commune. For the left, the ends justify the means, and violence, if it gives the right goal, is acceptable. Take, for example, here Antifa. They had a riot in Washington, D.C., and their violence went a little too far because they burned the limo of what they said was an oppressor, but the limo was owned by an immigrant who used it as his business. In Islam, if it advances Islam, it is good, it is morally right. Islamic deception, if the lie works, use it. Muhammad used the tool of assassination to overcome his political enemies. The left is never wrong, and Islam is never wrong as well. Now, by the way, the left and Islam share something else. They're both fabulous at street demonstration and riots. Other things they have in common is the left and Islam hates Israel. Now, both hate the Christians as well, but Islam uses a bit of deception here. In the face of Christians, Muslims always say, oh, Christians are the people of the book. But then when they can and get the power, they break the cross. Both Islam and the left are very aggressive, and they want to annihilate our civilization. The left is the hammer, Islam is the anvil. They're both utopian, and they want to establish their utopian dream on this earth. They both are totalitarian. They want total control of every aspect of our life. They also see the world as to be conquered. Islam has a better model here because it's not simply conquest, but a civilizational war, and uses more tools of war than the left can bring to bear. But there's a fatal problem here. The left is very keen on women's rights and rights for gays, and they also believe of separation of church and state. So in the end, if they can both bring our civilization down, Islam will turn on the left. This happened in Iran. When the left brought Khomeini to power, 5 days after he assumed power, he issued death warrants for all the leaders of the leftist party, the Tudor party. So in the end, it will not work out well for the left. But meanwhile, we have two enemies to fight, the left and Islam, and we have to buckle up and do that. Thank you.